Hello, hello! Pete's Packs here, and welcome back to Throwback Thursday, episode number 11. This week we're doing a fairly rare gift box set for the Japanese 4th edition starter set. So, this is the equivalent of the European Rivals set for Japanese markets. The main decks are 4 and white border, 4th edition, which in and of itself is fairly unusual to see. Most of the time when you see 4th edition in Japanese, it'll be 4 and black border. And also 2 booster packs. So let's get into this. As you can see, you've got beautiful special art by, I believe it's Junko Taguchi? Taguchi, yeah. So let's get into this. Now this has been resealed, but it should be complete in box, based on the collector that I bought it from. And it should be completely unopened. This is not the original seal, but everything should be in here. All right. Look at that. Absolutely beautiful condition for everything. It should be very similar to the European 2-player intro set that we did in a prior one, except everything is in Japanese. Very nice. Which also is a parallel to the 2-player rival set for the English one. Okay. Other book that goes along with this. Movies look. Oh, it's the 2-player decks. Or the 2-player guides. Cool. Cool. We've got 2 sealed booster packs. The standard 4th edition rulebook, which is also in Japanese. Nice. Let's see, and they were still using the carbon steel staples here, so there are rust marks. You'll notice there's only 1 staple on this instead of 2, like for the other ones, which I find a little bit interesting. Let's see. Yep. And that does have the 2nd or 3rd Wizards logo. We've got the 2 decks, which we will open and look up. Ooh, look at that. Or look at. And 2 booster packs. Nice branded velvet bag. This one's actually tied off. Could be a bag inside of this with the glass beads. So far, that's the only indicator that this had been opened previously. It's apparently a 100% polyester bag. Oh. And the bag inside has opened up over time, apparently. Seal broke. Oh. We can see the glass beads. These, oddly enough, not as shipped up as the sealed ones that we have in other editions. Go ahead and put these back in the bag. The rest of the ones still in the plastic baggie. That back in here. The only thing that appears to be missing is the customer comment card, which is a little unfortunate. I do like to have those in the collection, but can't have it all. Alright. So those off to the side. One box. Let's take a look at the decks. We'll start off with the blue, red, black one. Now these are going to be in Japanese, so I will do my best to remember the name of the cards, but no guarantees. Okay, I see where the quick pull is. Where is the cutout? Fine. We'll just open the top. Nope. Come on now. Oh, my short, stubby fingernails. Yeah. Come on. Yeah, good enough. All right. So starting off, we have marker card. And on this side, we have a Wizards of the Coast customer service card. Let's go ahead and focus that. There we go. We have an ad card for 4th edition with the alternate magic back. I believe that's a phase reminder card. Some too. Focus. There we go. Cool. I believe that's a turn order reminder. Now we have our apparently miscut Japanese white border. So Mountain, David Schuler, or Douglas Schuler, Mons Goblin Raiders, Jeff A. Mingus, Island by Mark Poole, Our Sink by Richard Thomas, Swamp, Dan Frazier, Sorceress Queen by Kaya Foglio, Mark Poole Island, Phantom Monster, I believe, by Jesper Myforce, Orcish Oriflame, Dan Frazier, Detonate, Randy Ashblund Faith, Mountain, Douglas Schuler, Swamp, Dan Frazier, Vampire Bats, Anson Maddox, Mountain, Douglas Schuler, Energy Flux, Kaya Foglio, Feedback, Quentin Hoover, Battering Ram, Jeff A. Mingus, Island, Mark Poole, Douglas Schuler Mountain, Fireball, Mark Tedden, Mountain, Douglas Schuler, another Vampire Bats by Anson Maddox, Island, Mark Poole, Power Sink, Richard Thomas, Gem Day Tome, Mark Tedden, Orcish Artillery, Anson Maddox, something, Chimera Warbeast, I think. Drew Tucker. Cursed Land, Jesper Myfors. Swamp, Dan Frazier. Another Dan Frazier Swamp. Some kind of card for... Oh, that's the card explaining the two different games. And not to mix up the decks. Mark Poole's Island. Merc Dwellers by Drew Tucker. Dan Frazier Swamp. Scathed Zombies, Jesper Myfors. Hill Giant, Dan Frazier. Mountain, Douglas Schuler. Disintegrate. Pretty sure that's Disintegrate. Yeah. Ensign Maddox. Zephyr Falcon, Heather Hudson. Blue Island. Unsummon, Douglas Schuler. Scathed Zombies, Jesper Myfors. Dan Frazier Swamp. Terror, Ron Spencer. That art used to give me nightmares when I was younger. Mom's Goblin Raiders by Jeff A. Minguez. Mountain, Douglas Schuler. Pyrotechnics, Anson Maddox. Unsummon, Douglas Schuler. Zephyr Falcon, Heather Hudson. Disintegrate, Anson Maddox. Lost Soul, Randy Esplund Faith. Twiddle, Rob Alexander. Still my favorite version of Twiddle. Island, Mark Poole. Mountain, Douglas Schuler. Merc Dwellers, Drew Tucker. Oh. Is it Brass Claw? It's not Brass Claw Orcs. It's, Iron Claw Orcs, I think. Merfolk of the Pearl Trident, Jeff A. Minguez. Swamp, Dan Frazier. Another Swamp by Dan Frazier. Mountain, Douglas Schuler. Mark Poole Island. And our deck reminder. Very cool. And although I will probably never use this as a demo deck, I am going to put it back in order. So we can get another look at all this beautiful art. Pretty sure I got all of those except for maybe that orc at the end. And maybe this one. That's not Clockwork Beast. Pretty sure that's Chimera Warbeast. Or Warbeast Chimera, something like that. It's one of those ones that I don't see often enough to remember. The Sorceress Queen, though. It's really too bad that these are whitewater. And they're still really cool. Whitewater Japanese 4th edition is unusual, to say the least. You don't see it super often. Especially because most of us preferred Blackwater at the time, and still do. A lot of us old heads very much prefer Blackwater cards. Although Whitewater is coming back in vogue. Well, back in vogue. It's in vogue for the first time. So. Alright, let's look at the second deck. This is right around when Mirage was coming out, too. Because these got delayed slightly due to translation and shipping issues. Come on. It's not perfect, but good enough. All right. Got a nice ad for Mirage. Or some Japanese. Talks about the DCI. Old DCI logo. I remember that one. Turn order reminder. Alright. So we got planes just for my force. It's not reverse damage, is it? I think it's reverse damage. Damian Willick. Pretty sure that's reverse damage. Forest, which is the character for trees, 3 trees together, Christopher Rush. Swamp, Dan Frazier. Urza's Glasses, Douglas Schuler. Dan Frazier Swamp, Mesa Pegasus, Melissa Benson. Just for my forest plains. Weakness, Douglas Schuler. Dan Frazier Swamp, War Mammoth, Jeff A. Menges. Forest, Christopher Rush. Grasp of Winter, I believe it is. Kaya Foglio. Pretty sure that's Grasp of Winter. Dan Frazier Swamp. Rod of Ruin, Christopher Rush. Dark Ritual. Beautiful original art by Sandra Everingham. Elvish Archers, Ansem Maddox. Dan Frazier Swamp. Elvish Archers is actually a rare, believe it or not. POP Black, Vesper My Force. Also first fully digital art card for Magic. War Mammoth, Jeff A. Menges. Just for My Force Plains. Mesa Pegasus. Melissa Benson. Weakness, Douglas Schuler. Circle of Protection Red, Mark Tedden. Warp Artifact? Yeah, Warp Artifact, Amy Weber. Oh. Wall of Bone, Ensign Maddox. And then, is it Whirling Dervish? Pretty sure that's Whirling Dervish. Susan Van Camp. Just for My Forest. Lanes. Christopher Rush Forest. Another Christopher Rush Forest. The reminder not to mix up the deck. Another Christopher Rush Forest. Crib Sprites by Amy Weber. Dan Frazier Swamp. Pit Imp, Ron Spencer. Alabaster Potion, Harold McNeil. Just for My Forest Plains. Healing Psalm, Dan Frazier. This is in the same cycle as Lightning Bolt, Dark Ritual, Giant Growth. Maybe Dark Ritual, Giant Growth, Healing Psalm, and Ancestral Recall. Terror, Ron Spencer. Dan Frazier Swamp. Hit Imp, Ron Spencer. Grizzly Bears, Jeff A. Menges. Christopher Rush Forest. Darkwood Boars? Duskwood Boars? One of the two. I always forget which one it is. Mark Kimball. Hurled Unicorn, Cornelius Brundy. That beautiful traditional Japanese. Just for my fours, Plains. Healing Salve, Dan Frazier. Another Dan Frazier. This time a Swamp. Raised Dead, Jeff A. Menges. Beautiful. Bog Wraith, Jeff A. Menges. Christopher Rush Forest. Untamed Wilds, Nene Thomas. Or Nene Thomas. I can't remember if it's Nene or Nene. Alabaster Potion, Harold McNeil. Elvish Riders, Melissa Benson. Terror, Ron Spencer. Pearl Unicorn, Cornelius Grundy. Scrib Sprites, Amy Weber. Dan Frazier's Swamp. Just for my fours, Plains. Another Just for my fours, Plains. Christopher Rush Forest. And the deck identifier. Very nice. Alright. Let's go ahead and reverse that and then open our packs. Pretty sure that's Elvish Riders. Only one or two that I'm not 100% confident on the names of. I'm like 99.9% sure that's Whirling Dervish. Absolutely Ursus Glasses. That one I'm pretty sure is reverse damage, but I'm not. I know the card. I know what it does. Just cannot remember if that's exactly the name or not. All right. Awesome. That's all right. Let's open the first pack. First, let's pull out a little bit. There we go. See, that's not Toy Soldier. It's Yodian Soldier. No, that's not. It's Brassman. Brassman. I always mix up the two in my head. Oh, that is super light steel on the back middle. Yeah. I say generally when that back middle seal is super loose, means that that it's way more likely to tear. I mean, these are pretty close to 30 years old, and plastic does degrade over time. You know, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just gonna put the stuff back in at the end of it. All right, we've got, pretty sure that's Alibaba. Hurricane, nice. Sinbad. El Hajjaj. Raised Dead. Alabaster Potion. Apprentice Wizard. Bloodlust. Regenerate, or Regeneration. Zephyr Falcon. Sisters of the Flame. Giant Growth. Very nice. Beer. Yodian Soldier. Sandstorm. Do 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 do. Pretty sure Hurricane was our rare there. Fairly certain. Well, Sinbad. Hurricane Alibaba. Pretty sure Alibaba makes it so something can't be blocked. If for red, I think it can't be blocked except by walls. Something like that. I don't know. It has been forever since I played Alibaba. Sinbad is tap him to immediately draw a card. Then, if that card is not a land, discard that card. It's just kind of a strange wording. Nice pack. Now for the second one. This one has the Mesa Pegasus art. Pretty sure that's Kalashi Spirit by Christopher Rush. Animate Artifact, Douglas Schuler. War Machine, Anson Maddox. Balance! Hey, we got a balance! Mark Poole. Awesome, one of my favorite cards of all time. Wall of Wood, Mark Tedden. Holy Strength, Anson Maddox. Phantasmal Terrain, Damian Willick. Fireball, Mark Tedden. Prodish Gypsies, Quentin Hoover. Also one of the cards that is banned for cultural reasons. Crawworm, Daniel Gellin. Pit Scorpion, Scott Kirshner. Brainwash, Pete Ventures. Healing Salve, Dan Frazier. Gaseous Form, Phil Foglio. And, oh no. Oh no, I know this one. It's not Incinerate. It's not Inferno. It's, crap. Oh, I was just looking at this card earlier, and I cannot remember the name of it. It's not Bloodlust. Crap. It's an enchant creature. Enchanted creature gets +2/-2, and I can't remember the name of it. But art by Scott Kirshner. Man, I was doing so well. Dang. It's not Fiery Temper. That's completely the wrong set. I don't remember. Oh well. One stumped me. One, like, truly stumped me. I think I got pretty much everything else. Maybe... There were 3 or 4 in total that I was a little dicey on. That last one, I cannot remember it. It's not Bloodlust. Oh man, that's gonna bug me. I'm gonna have to look it up afterwards. Alright. Well, thank you for joining me on this adventure with our Japanese exclusive version. Well, specifically Japanese gift set version of the 2-player intro set. Again, with that awesome, awesome art. Get a good look at everything. Yeah. Thank you for joining me on this adventure. As always, don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff for the algorithm. It really helps us out, and I really appreciate it. It makes a very big difference for the channel and to me. As always, until next time, stay awesome. We'll see you in the next one. Thanks. Bye.